Good evening, everyone. This is Mellissa Thomas of Florida National News for the Evening News Rundown, bringing you your rundown for your Sunday, May 24th, 2020. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. As always, we like to bring you the latest COVID-19 reports. So starting with the World Health Organization, globally, we're looking at over 5.2 million confirmed cases and over 337,000 confirmed deaths. In the United States, according to the CDC, we're looking at 1.62 million confirmed cases and over 97,000 confirmed deaths. According to the Florida Department of Health's dashboard, here in the state of Florida, we're approaching 51,000 confirmed cases, and we are at just over 2,200 confirmed deaths. Now, jumping to our world story today, in Germany, there are 40 new confirmed cases from one house of worship. You heard us talk a little bit about what happened in South Korea with a house of worship there having increased cases. In Germany, they had an increase of over 40 confirmed cases in one house of worship in Frankfurt. Now, this particular location, which is within the state of Hesse there, they had recently eased their lockdown on houses of worship on May 1st. The incident where the 40 plus cases were diagnosed happened on May 10th. So this is something that everyone has their eye on right now. The neighboring city of Hanau, there were 16 of those confirmed cases out of the 40 plus that, residents of the city of Hanau. So as a result of that announcement, Hanau decided to close all of their houses of worship, locking all of them down. They wanted to make sure to stop the spread there. Now, this is something that we have to keep our eyes on here, given our president's recent announcement to reopen all houses of worship effective this weekend. So here's our audience question for you. Given the president's announcement and given what has happened in South Korea with the resurgence there and the cases here in Germany, what are your thoughts on us in the United States reopening our houses of worship on a blanket basis over the weekend? Because remember, President Trump's announcement applied even to states that are still locked down. So give us your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what you think. And if you leave a comment from now to our commercial break, when we come back from the commercial break, we'll be happy to share your comments with the rest of our viewing audience. We'd love to hear from you. Now, jumping over here to the US, in US news, some good news for the state of New York. Their daily death toll has finally fallen below 100. So Governor Cuomo, of course, is seeing this as a ray of hope. Of course, the 84 confirmed deaths that took place between yesterday and today, he mentioned, of course, any death is unfortunate, but seeing it fall below 100 is always a plus. From Friday into Saturday, the death toll was 109. So seeing the decrease is a very optimistic thing for him. And this now comes on the heels of him actually announcing the ease of the 10-person maximum in the state for any businesses or venues that are open. He has now rolled back the 10-person maximum there. So congratulations to New York, especially considering that they peaked out at over 1,000 deaths a day during its peak in April. And in total, since the outbreak began in New York, they have unfortunately lost 28,000 due to COVID-19. So this is a bit of positive news for the state of New York. Another US story for you guys. Joe Biden, this is non-COVID-19 related, sort of. Joe Biden wins the Hawaii Democratic primary. Of course, he's the only one left in the race, but given the fact that the Hawaii primary was originally scheduled for April 4th, they had to move it due to the COVID-19 pandemic for safety purposes. He won by 63.2% of the votes compared to Bernie Sanders' 36.8% of the votes. Now, this was done entirely by vote by mail. The deadline was Friday for them to get the ballots back in, for them to be counted for Saturday. So as a result, 75,000 ballots were sent out, 35,000 were returned. So these are the results here. Now, Joe Biden still needs 440 more pledged delegates in order to secure the nomination. So he still has a bit of an uphill climb. And given recent events, it's going to take a little bit, but we'll continue to keep you guys posted. All right. Now, jumping down to the state of Florida, what is top of mind for everybody is the launch coming up on Wednesday. And President Trump has announced that he will be here in Florida for that launch. Now, in addition, Vice President Mike Pence, who is the head of the National Space Council, he's recently announced that he will be here as well. And of course, since this is a SpaceX rocket launch, Elon Musk himself will be here for that. So very high profile event. Kennedy Space Center will, of course, be careful with the social distancing. That should be interesting, given the number of high-profile folks that are going to be here for that launch. But of course, the president is going to be here and is proud of it, given that this is the first opportunity in 9 years for American folks to be launched into space from here. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. Now, as always, guys, we will take a quick commercial break and be back with your business and your sports news. We'll be back.
I'm not picking it up. You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
Well, somebody's got to pick it up.
I'll pick it up. They're clean. 'Cause my hand is clean. Oh yeah, I'm Charmin Clean. That's how I know they're clean.
Charmin Ultra Strong is woven like a washcloth and just cleans better.
Yeah, I'm Charmin Clean.
The kid does have a
That's
point.
My hand is clean. Yeah.
Enjoy the go with Charmin. And for an extra clean finish, try Charmin Flushable Wipes.
Guys, welcome back. And as we jump into the business story for the day, Southwest Airlines is announcing that they're continuing to limit the number of seats that is available for sale for booking. This is to continue to observe social distancing. They want to make sure to keep their flights safe for their passengers. On the plus side, Southwest Airlines is experiencing, for this month, they've been experiencing more reservations than cancellations. So that is a plus for the company. Of course, airlines have been among the hardest hit industries, given the limit in travel due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown. For Southwest Airlines part, their announcement is coming after Delta. Delta did something very similar in choosing to keep their seats limited as well for safety purposes. As of right now, Southwest has at least $13 billion in cash right now to be able to operate over the next 20 months. So at least they're doing pretty well financially speaking. All of the airlines are operating on an average of about 90% fewer flights, but they're starting to pick things back up as our nation starts to reopen state by state. So we'll continue to keep you guys posted there. On the sports end, you heard us talk about the NBA choosing to, have discussions with Disney to resume the NBA season. As of right now, they're in talks to hold the remainder of the season at ESPN's Wide World of Sports complex, which has 3 arenas, and it's a 220 acre property. So lots of space, lots of opportunities to observe social distancing. As of right now, what's interesting is that the NBA is actually weighing whether or not to finish out the 2020 season or simply skip the season and go straight to playoffs, similar to what we heard the NHL decide to do. So we'll continue to monitor that. You'll likely hear from Casey Hudson for the FNN Sports Take on Monday about that. But as of right now, what the NBA is wanting to do is have a staggered process of return. So a 1 to 2 week return period for the players to re-enter their marketplaces, a 2 to 3 week period there where they're doing individual training or individual workouts, and then 2 to 3 weeks of training camp before they get back into the swing of actually playing the full games. But be sure to stay tuned here at Florida National News as we continue to keep you guys posted. Now, right before we bring you the entertainment story, we'll be right back with one more commercial break.
At Duke Energy, we deliver electricity and so much more, like free home energy assessments, rebates for energy-saving improvements, payment options to help you better manage your budget, and even bill credits for helping the community use less energy. So no matter what you're doing, we can help you make better energy choices every day. It's just another way we bring power to your life. How much can you save?
All right, guys, welcome back. And here's your entertainment story for today. HBO's decided to donate its typical For Your Consideration ad funding and Emmy after party funding towards COVID-19 relief. Now, every year, usually HBO promotes the Emmys, with the For Your Consideration advertisements with different trailers for different shows and the money towards the after party. But they've decided to be helpful towards COVID-19. They're going to donate $1 million for that. Now, the money will go directly to the Mayor's Fund for Los Angeles Emergency. They're going to donate it to the COVID-19 Crisis Fund over there. Now, the money for the Mayor's Fund goes towards, emergency services, the critical needs and essential needs needed by the city of Los Angeles, to meet the needs of the pandemic, support for small businesses, healthcare, relief for healthcare workers, things like that. So this is good news, and this might help Los Angeles get closer and closer to being able to reopen. As you heard us talk about yesterday, LA County is still locked down as of right now, so productions are pretty limited there, pretty much non-existent over there, which is why Georgia, all eyes are on Georgia right now. But other production companies have also been doing something similar. Warner Media, which is the parent company for HBO, in total has dedicated $100 million in funding to COVID-19 relief. Netflix, you heard us report several weeks ago, has dedicated $150 million to COVID-19 relief. And Viacom CBS has also pooled together funding to give for COVID-19 relief. So always good to hear different companies and celebrities giving money to help as the nation continues to prepare for reopening with COVID-19 relief. But that does it here for us at the Evening News Rundown. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. Be sure to, if you haven't yet, be sure to like us on Facebook. We are at Florida National News, at FNN News TV, and FNN News Live. And be sure to subscribe on YouTube. You can find us there at Florida National News, and be sure to click the little bell icon so you don't miss a single video from any of our Florida National News programming. All right. Now, of course, tomorrow is Memorial Day. So for those families who have experienced the loss of a loved one who served in the military, our thoughts and prayers go out to you guys as you remember those in your family that you have lost and friends that you've lost in service. We give our honor to those who have fallen in battle as well. So have a great rest of your Sunday and have a peaceful Memorial Day tomorrow. Take care.